Well, there's nothing better to do on a Thursday night. Let's talk about video games.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I play video games. I like to talk about video games.
Let's talk about video games. Hi, I'm Sean. I also play video games. I go by the online handle Requiescat. That's spelled funnily. And I am handing it off to John.
Hi, my name's John. I've been playing video games forever, and I plan to do so until I die.
Yeah, I think all of us are that way.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Clifton. I go by the gamer handle of Crim or Crimson Maelstrom. We're here to talk to you a little bit about video games.
Hi, my name's Christina. I play video games very casually. Work and
But we don't judge.
school permitting.
We're here to talk to you about video games, what's going on in the industry, and we're from the 50 Game Challenge. Do you want to talk about Teabag as well?
Yeah,
The
Teabag
bag?
is a community that we had originally put together of local gamers that we just wanted to converse with. Kind of turned into a clan thing for Destiny, and we just talk about video games online.
So, today we want to talk to you a little bit about why we're doing a podcast. First off, we just want to talk to you about, games in general, what kind of games we're playing. We want to build a good community of people who are playing video games with us. And I guess we're going to explain why we feel qualified to be able to talk to you guys about video games. I say video games a lot.
Video games.
Video games.
Kids in the video games.
Those kids.
Well, I've been playing video games since I was really young. Was around when the NES was really popular. I was born when the NES came out. So it's something that was always there for me. My parents had an Atari when I was a child. So video games have been something that I've always done and really enjoy that as a medium of storytelling.
Yeah, storytelling.
Yeah.
It's pretty much my medium for storytelling nowadays. I mean, I read, but video games are really where it's at.
Books and movies kind of force their own narrative towards you, where I can kind of explore a bit more in video games.
Yeah, that's the
Depends
whole
on
point of video games.
too, though.
The Order.
Yeah, some of them are a specific narrative.
This
but
is
then,
Xeno Saga,
Yeah.
which is a 40-hour movie, basically.
There are a lot less of those, and those are there for their purpose and their cause. And those are fun as
They're
well.
never
The
bad.
Order is great.
I know I'm going to play The Order. Actually, Casey bought it for me. It was
Yeah.
like $10.
Yeah, isn't it
Oh,
$10
no,
now?
I'm getting
Yeah.
that back
It was.
from Lauren, so I can actually play through
It's
it. 'cause I did
so
not
pretty.
finish
It's
it.
a very pretty game.
It's
but
just, I think its failing was that people wanted something longer.
Yeah.
That should actually surprise me about Doom coming out. 13 hours.
Oh,
worth
I'm
of
so
story.
pumped.
Of story. That's
Yep.
that's crazy for a next-gen shooter.
Yeah.
Most shooters,
Absolutely.
I mean, Call of Duty's only done like the max of like
3 to 5 hours.
if you're messing around finding stuff.
Yeah.
Killzone was pretty long, but it was a launch title and they had a lot of time to
Shadowfall?
develop it.
Yeah, but
and it was
Killzone
also
was-
really difficult.
Yeah, Killzone was
That's actually
built
one of the
for
ones I wanna play.
story-driven stuff.
Have they shown any of the competitive multiplayer in Doom?
Yeah, it looks
Little
really
bit.
fast paced. Think Unreal
Yeah.
Tournament. Bouncing around, moving high speeds, picking up ammo packs.
So, like, you're playing it on a Windows 95.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, bouncing around.
Mouse and
Yeah, it's
everything.
gonna be great.
Rocket jumping and shit.
Rocket jumping. They expressly geared specific maps for rocket jumping.
Really? Cool.
Yes.
Nice.
It's gonna be badass. But no, that's interesting that they decided to go with a longer campaign, considering like kind of bucking the trend of most first-person shooters. Like most first-person shooters, though, these days, like the big AAA ones, I'm thinking of COD.
Sure.
They tend to sell themselves almost exclusively on the competitive multiplayer aspect.
Yes.
That is one of the last things that I jump into.
First
in a
thing
game.
is always the story, the
Yeah.
campaign. Yeah.
If the campaign doesn't grip me or grab me, chances are I'm not going to pick up your multiplayer.
You know what I want to know?
Hurt on the ground.
Who are the rest of these people? And what are their opinions and
Yeah.
thoughts, feelings, experiences,
Who
and
wants to go
histories?
next?
Well, I brought it up, so I'll go.
Yeah.
My name is Sean. I grew up alongside video games. Some of my earliest memories are learning how to start up video games on command-based operating systems on a Commodore 64. It's an old computer that was exclusively for video games. It was one of the first computers you could own in your home exclusively for this purpose, one of the earliest consoles.
And now you know.
Yep, now you know. My folks always had video games around me. That's some of my earliest memories are playing games, and they've always been a part of my life. As much as books, movies, or TV are ubiquitous to some people, video games have been a constant in my life, and they always will be.
Do you
And that's
think?
why I feel I have a damned opinion on them. Thank you very much.
Do you think they're your favorite medium of entertainment as compared to like books and movies?
I think it's hard to
That's too different.
parse them. Yeah,
I think we definitely, a lot of us read, right?
Yeah, I read a lot.
same here.
I wish
This
I could
isn't
read. I
even
wish I had
all
more
my
time to read.
books.
Yeah, right. We're sitting
You guys are making me
flanked
feel
on
bad.
all
I
Yeah,
can't
sides
read.
you're technically
by-
in my
by Sarah's
library,
books.
but this is not all of them.
Yeah.
I couldn't
This
bring all of
is
my books.
just a fraction.
But no,
Yeah.
video games are a unique experience. That's why I hold them alongside things like movies, TV, and all that. Like no other medium of entertainment allows you to
Immersiveness.
become part of the story. You know, yeah, we were like you and I were talking about immersiveness about Life is Strange the other day. You know, about how it just completely sucks you in. But like I was having fun just even in the first chapter before all the really
so
crazy
glad
sci-fi
it came
shit
out, by the way.
happens.
Yeah.
Just that whole slice of life, like playing around in someone else's shoes. Like that's just fun. You know, whether it's role playing or even just solving puzzles. Like games are unique in that it's a non-passive medium. You don't just sit there and stare at a screen. You know, you're interacting with something or other people.
It's a social aspect of it too. Yeah. So, I guess I'm explaining why I'm qualified. I've been.
Why you think you're qualified?
Well, I think I'm qualified. Now you be the judge of that. That's fine.
You fail.
Well, I'm out, guys. Sorry. I got kicked out of the group. So
Taking my mic with me.
take my ball and go home. So I work in the retail arm of video games. I've been playing video games since, probably introduced to the NES back in the day. But when I was in school, I went and I did a tech class. It was for making video games. Something I've been passionate about since forever. I wanted to make video games when I was very young. Just the emotional impact of video games. Like, as a terrible example, I know everybody loves Final Fantasy just as much as I do. Final Fantasy VII, when a certain character died, that really showed me that you can become emotionally invested in video games. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to design video games that could impact other people just as much as it impacted me in that specific situation.
So the death of Eris.
Whoa,
I was gonna say, it's been
bro.
well over a decade at this
Yeah.
point. That's like,
It's your fault.
that's
That
like
was
getting
your
butthurt about Game of Thrones. You've had...
You've had enough time. Almost 20 years now?
Yeah,
I like
damn
how
near
cautious
20
you were
years
about
to
that,
read
though,
it.
Like, just in case.
Just in case we didn't know.
Well, yeah. So spoiler. Just in case you didn't know, Aerith gets killed by Sephiroth.
The end of disc
I haven't
one.
even
Yeah.
played the game,
She
admitting
knows
that,
it.
and I know
Yeah.
who the character is that dies.
Yeah. You know what's odd? It took
This was a game that came out in 1997, 98 for the U.S. But to be a nerd about it. But if you
If you didn't know that.
if you didn't know that by now, I'm
Sorry.
sorry for not participating in the past couple decades of culture.
You're going to learn about
But you're
it.
saying that the
tell ya.
singular reason or moment in video games that kind of crystallized your love and appreciation and eventual lifelong devotion to was the death of Eris?
Yeah.
No love for Palom and Parom?
Oh man.
Those are from 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the two kids from 4. I almost forget that.
Nothing for
It's been
Yang?
forever.
What about Shadow? Come on, man.
Shadow was a
So,
3.
Final Fantasy is one of the few games that almost made me cry at the end of the first 13. That was like
I wish
actually
I'd finished that one.
that the ending to that actually made me
I
well
don't-
up,
I
like
never
tear up.
played
Like
13.
Really?
everyone's happy.
Well, I mean,
except
I
for
never
one person,
beat it.
and it's just not.
I know the
pique my
story.
interest
Yeah,
very
everyone's
well.
happy but one person, and that's just not what we expect.
I like what 13 went into.
Heavy Rain made me sad too because I really
Oh,
liked.
the Rain was so good though.
Yeah, that hit emotion on such different levels, and I think that's a great example of the type of why that medium works
Immersive.
for me.
I don't think Heavy
Immersive
Rain was good because
choice.
it was emotional.
Well, that's one of the things that
I
that
thought
made
it
I
it
was-
good
think it
to
was
me.
all the choices
Yeah.
and the
Choices.
things that could happen,
I'm
and
that's what
watching
made it
other
good. I'm okay
with the
people
emotional part, too.
play,
But that's what
and,
made it
like,
so great for me.
people die that didn't die in your game. You're like, I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that
watched
would
so-
happen.
We were
Yeah,
talking
see,
about those
When
when
we
they
all
came
used to
out.
work together.
That was the most fun aspect of Heavy Rain was all the conversations we had the following
Yep.
day when we were comparing endings, when we were comparing decisions.
There was a good week where we were just talking about all those different endings, and then even Sarah and I got to see an ending that we didn't even know happened when we
With
watched Lee.
Yeah,
dude, that was crazy.
Well, he let people die that like
We
I
intentionally saved.
saved. Yeah. Well, like on accident, he let them die.
Yeah.
He didn't like this fucker. That one's gonna die.
Sadist.
But no, it was definitely a game about choice. It was something that impacted all of us, and that was a pretty cool. That game really was cool to talk about. I actually have people.
Still talk about that game.
Yeah, they're actually coming out with it again on
On
PS4.
PS4.
Yeah, they're showing.
I might buy it again.
I actually have to get her back into it. I tried to get her into it. We didn't finish the whole thing.
I feel like I was busy with
No,
something.
you always with school and stuff. Don't blame you. No, it was that game.
Yeah, it's absolutely worth it to play through it if you
Oh,
have
the
the
remake,
opportunity.
I think the remake is probably coming out this year. Racing, you want to talk?
I just want to I want to give myself some more distance because I assumed I would never get around to it, and I spoiled the ending for myself. So.
Oh.
Yeah, but you could
She
still
does it
get
constantly.
different endings.
Yeah.
You may have the
But
same
that major
outcome.
plot
but
twist.
It won't.
Yeah,
be
never
really
saw
that,
that coming.
that one I'm aware of.
Surprise.
Never
Yeah.
saw that coming. That hurt.
But-
That hurt.
Your
know.
adventure
You just
don't
getting
read
there
enough
will be
mysteries.
totally different.
Well, and
though.
the brief time that I did spend with him, he became my favorite.
He was everybody's favorite, right?
Yeah.
He was the badass. I mean, they were
he
the
was
badass.
my PlayStation icon for the longest time.
I remember.
No, I liked Nom
I
and
think
Jaden.
his
Nom and
physical
Jaden.
resemblance
Nom
to
and
John
Jaden.
Goodman played a big
let
role
him
in
die.
that.
Killer.
Mine ended up completely addicted to that VR headset thing. And
Just leave it
Same
open.
here.
Yeah, I did not get that ending. I knew he was bleeding, and I understood that he was having trouble with something.
Yeah,
so I
he
took it
just
off, and I
died.
was like, I didn't know about that until when you guys told me. I was
Yeah,
like,
honestly, he just
what? I didn't even know that was an
he
option.
died last night.
Yeah, no. Oh man, no. My girl died in
Yeah,
a
that's
fire.
Lee. Oh no, she got killed in a basement.
My-
Lee's
see,
Oh,
basement.
you died to the rapist?
No,
You
I
died?
didn't die there. That's where Lee died.
Yeah, one of my
Which one's
characters
Lee?
died in a car that was
no,
drowning, and I
our
couldn't get
friend
her out.
Lee. When
Oh,
he was
yeah.
playing,
who
yeah.
was the main character searching for his son? What was his name?
Ethan.
Ethan?
My Ethan died in
Sean.
a hail of gunfire.
Jason.
Jason.
Sean.
Yeah.
Alright, what got you into gaming, and why do you feel
Oh,
you'd
it's
like
my
to talk
turn?
about
It's my
games?
turn.
It's your turn.
My parents had an Atari. I played the crap out of Circus Atari and
Leave it
Desert
up, dude.
Falcon.
Sorry.
So, didn't have a lot of money to buy a lot of video game systems, so I didn't really get too much into gaming until I had my own job and bought, I had a PS1 that I bought Final Fantasy VII for.
There you go.
And I'm sort of in the same boat as Clifton, as that is the game that I played that I was like, oh crap, this is awesome. I want to keep playing video games forever. But I also, played a lot of like Road Rash and also
yeah.
Rash was great.
it was a great thing to just go over to a friend's house and just play video games. That's what we did for our hobby. We would play video games, go walk somewhere, get snacks, come back, play more video games.
What was great
There's
is
a lot
like
of
when
childhood,
different
really.
people
Yeah,
had different
yeah.
systems. That's what happened here in the neighborhood I grew up in.
Yeah, my friend
I
had a
had some
PS1.
system. Another friend had an N64 down the street. Casey had a PS1. I had a Saturn. It was great.
Yeah.
We
But
just
I
kind of
also,
rotate
I
out.
You know what?
also
I-
didn't really have my systems until I was working.
Yep.
And I bought my PS2 completely by myself and was super proud of myself for that, and bought a lot of really cool games like Primal, female protagonist, going into different worlds trying to save everything.
Good
There's
game.
a gargoyle. Like, I loved that game to death. Like, playing it again now, it's super cheesy, but at the time it was the best thing I had played and super awesome.
A lot of those classics are still good.
Right.
Graphics might suck, but
Right,
the
right,
stories
right.
are still great.
It's just if you can get past some of it, like you have still that solid basic gameplay and storytelling that drew you in the first place.
That's why
it's
I still
just
go back and
certain
play
things
7.
I'm super like used to now, like being able to move your camera.
Yeah, no, that's
Super handy.
like Resident Evil. God, those
Yeah,
camera angles.
yeah. Well,
See,
I had
I
a
like that
Vampire
when it
Hunter
comes to
D.
Resident Evil.
Vampire Hunter D, the Bloodlust video game.
Oh,
it was
man.
locked.
Yeah.
And I have that still. I went back to try to play it and was just, I don't even understand how I played this in the first place. I guess it's because I didn't have the option to move the camera, so it didn't bother me at the time.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. It was atrocious, and
Yeah.
like it,
Yeah, but I loved
at
that
the time
game
you loved it, right? Because it was Vampire Hunter D.
So much,
Yep.
yeah. I had so much Vampire Hunter D stuff, and I was so excited, and then just like, what? Yeah. But also, I'm on the retail end of gaming currently, so, I get to see a lot of different opinions about games that I love that some people don't, or, games that other people love that I don't necessarily love.
It's still nice to have those
But it's
conversations.
good to see other people's opinions that I don't necessarily have.
There are some of those opinions out there that are
Oh
just
yeah,
fun.
and hey, everybody, you're entitled to it. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it, but you're entitled to your opinion.
One of the biggest things I want to try to accomplish with this podcast is to really give like good feedback, like constructive criticism on video games or like video game tropes and stuff like that. Where I don't want to make everybody. I hate to have like those gamers. Those are just cynical about every game. Like, oh, this game sucked. That game sucked.
I will never say I will never
I
trash
would
a game. I will say
rather
that
talk
I
about what I'm
dislike it.
excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Than,
Well, yeah, Clifton and I were talking about this earlier, like the idea of trying to stamp out cynicism about games. Like it's especially it's especially troublesome in an industry that's growing as quickly as video games are. You know, the more money that gets put into it, the more attention, the more, not to overuse a silver dollar word, ubiquity that games garner to themselves. The lines that divided gamers from non-gamers are becoming ever more thin. You know, people play casual games. It's become popular culture.
The statistics on video games now are fantastic. You know, 10 years ago, you used to have women at only 30% of all gamers.
Right.
And it was usually older women. But nowadays, it's also younger women, and it's almost a 50-50 split. Almost 10 years later, from the when I did the statistics in school, 10 years later, it's almost a 50-50 split. It really, really is. There are, like, I just read an article through Geek and Sundry, where it said that women ages 35 and older now outrank men of the same demographic, right?
Yep.
And it is cool. Like older women now are getting back into games a little bit faster than, I guess, older guys. But with, like, the introduction of VR, that's actually going to skyrocket, or that's what they're talking about.
Well, that's almost bolstering my point. Is that it's no longer viewed as, at least not in the mainstream anymore, as a childish hobby or a childish
more
pursuit.
artistic medium
Right, exactly.
than anything else.
Those are,
Right,
those are my
and-
favorite games now.
And
Yeah.
who better than us as appreciators of games than to articulate those finer points to our listeners?
I guess I grew up alongside games. I didn't really have consistent access to it. I mean, I still have fond memories of Spyro and Crash and Gex, but
Yep.
it wasn't really. I mean, I played The Sims from original to present.
Yeah, she's
Oh
a
no, I
Sim
feel
fan.
that.
I know I am a Sims fan, but I think everything that I've been interested in has kind of been geared towards the storytelling element. Like I remember begging my father for an Xbox purely because I wanted to play the Buffy game. I
Yes.
just really wanted to
Chaos
be
League.
Best in
Buffy.
pages.
That was awesome. That was awesome. You found that, yes.
And
James Morrison was hot as shit.
I may still have it boxed up in a closet somewhere. It wasn't until adulthood and Dragon Age Origins that
man.
any love of gaming was rekindled in a consistent way. And BioWare games are chiefly what I do play.
Good taste.
When I and I'm very picky about the things that I like, and when I like them with all of my little girl heart, and I play them to death. I probably have over 400 hours in Inquisition alone. I just play the balls off of
About
it.
the same.
I'm in the same boat.
and that's a conservative estimate. I was playing it before I came out here.
No, I was looking at it like I could start a new character and
I totally did. I finally made my
I
first
could
male
romance
Inquisitor.
Dorian.
That's what I'm doing.
Literally
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that right now.
That's the whole reason I want to do a male
refers to it as
Inquisitor.
a
I
boyfriend.
play as female characters.
Me
That's
too.
what I like to play as.
And that is why, that's part of why I love BioWare. Because of the treatment that female characters receive in their games.
All
yeah.
characters, honestly, not just female.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
no, yes,
No,
they are definitely one of the
transgender.
most
They-
inclusive development companies
and they
out
learn
there, and I
from
love
some
them
of
for
their
it.
mistakes.
Well, yeah,
Really
Like
do.
with Dragon Age 2.
Oh, that was
If
a
you
huge...
created
Yeah.
a character who was darker skin colored, your family was still white.
Mm.
Or no, sorry, was it
They-
2? No, sorry, it was 1. It was Origins.
you're right.
With the
I was gonna say because
the
I remember
original
seeing
family.
different versions of their
because
family.
2 is what
of
they
the
fixed
Hawk
it
family.
with. Like, because
had some of
if
its
you
own
changed the color of your skin
Yeah.
in 2, it would actually change the color of your family and the eye color and things like that. The hair color would all change.
They had different
Whereas
hairstyles
in,
too.
Yeah, whereas in 1, or Origins, if you created a black character or even just like a brown character,
You Ben Affleck, you white.
you had extremely white family members. Like, well, who are you? How were you part of this? Were you adopted? Like,
Obvi-
what?
I mean-
That's how
Yeah.
you role played, I guess.
I mean,
Hey, hey,
But
Dr.
Either that or
Father.
mom had an
Nobody
affair.
acted like you were any different. They were just like, yeah, this is our child, even though I'm a ghost lady. But yeah, they're so great about doing that, and they learn
yeah.
each game that they come out with. If they messed something up in the past one, they tend to try to fix it in the next one, and really pay attention to what people are saying and complaining about,
Which is...
or the feedback.
Oh yeah, and you can look at Inquisition and see that they are very fan servicey when they feel like it. Some of the in jokes in there, you really have to be a participant in an online community to understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's pretty prominent with Trespasser DLC and
with the
in-
Jaws of Hakan, where like at the very end, Harding's like, "You have really a weird obsession with elf fruit." You know,
Yeah.
it's just-
That's awesome.
I was like, "Yes, I do. Thank you."
I thought about that one time. I was like, whenever you ever saw me doing that constantly, just think I'm insane. Just like, hey guys, what's going on? I'm taking your elf fruit.
Yep.
And this one,
David
that
Gator
one,
called
this
it
one,
junkweed.
That one. It is.
I actually run around saying that, like, more junkweed.
But it's kind of funny to like listen to your audience and still be able to play around with it. Even they do stuff like that in Diablo constantly. Secret Cow level.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
One of the things
Yes.
that's unique to video games as a
Oh.
medium, you don't see many. Well, first of all, you don't see many fan followings like organized into collective communities that actively participate with the creators of their content. Like you don't have that going on with Quentin Tarantino. It's not like he has a forum on Reddit somewhere where just fans of his sit around and mull about their favorite Quentin Tarantino properties and offer him feedback for future projects or anything. But that is something that you have in video games. That's something that happens all the time in the Destiny community. Do they always listen? Absolutely not. But Bungie is another one of those developers. They put actual, like in-jokes and things from the forums and the community, like fan-made creation things into the game as little joke references. But
Yeah.
I like how they also, memorialize people in a lot of games as well.
Yeah, and WoW.
Rob
Right,
Williams.
WoW
I've heard
does
about
it.
that.
There's
That dude
what
in
is it,
Skyrim.
Grim Dawn, I think.
Well,
Oh,
his
It's gonna
yeah,
have
the
an
super
NPC.
fan guy. Oh,
Yeah.
what's his name? Eric the Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
We played it recently. We saw that.
Yeah.
So it's
I went
in
it's
search
cool.
of
It's
him.
cool.
It's like a memorial.
Yeah.
It's really good. Actually, they've done it a lot of times. I remember there was a kid who had. I was playing Alliance, and Alliance was like one of those ones nobody ever played unless you were like a kid. But it was a kid who loved Alliance so much, but he had terminal cancer, and I guess Make a Wish hooked that up with Blizzard, so that there is literally a character from now until all time. There's a character with his name running around in like the apple yard of the palace in Stormwind, and WoW. And that's the coolest thing. Like I literally just went over because he's highly detailed. They've been updating him every time, so he's going to stick with that. And it's amazing. I think it's such a cool thing.
I like when developers can interact with the community, not just posthumously like that, but in the case of Destiny, there was that dude who was almost in a coma. Destiny, he was able to kind of
Still
come out of his
jealous.
shell. He was starting to get his motor functions back. He was communicating with other people, and
Yeah,
they gave
yeah,
him Fate of All Fools.
Fate of All
The
Fools.
only
Gun
one.
The only
only
one
one.
ever that will ever be in Destiny is now in that guy's hands.
Yeah.
That's amazing. There have actually been lots of groups that Bungie have sponsored for, like, game-a-thons. The Dads of Destiny, one
Yeah.
of their...
Yeah, there was the Dead's Destiny. There was the whole Nepal thing. We
Right,
raised
the
raised
Nepal
over
thing.
$1 million
Yeah.
to help save Nepal. I have the
Yep.
T-shirt and the shader.
I feel bad. I never did that.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to. I forgot all
I
about
wear
it.
that T-shirt all the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like that developers are able to listen to their fans. They're starting to communicate a little bit more. But I think kind of on the flip side of that, we're seeing gamers become a lot more entitled as well. Like, they think they deserve these things that people have spent, hundreds of thousands of man hours on creating this game, this world that they know and love, and just because you don't like it, you think something should be different, and you're just going to do nothing but complain about it, or even start movements to try and get something changed. Well, you didn't make the game, man.
With Destiny, we all felt that in the very beginning, where
yeah.
they did listen to us, and they were pretty responsive. Like Sean and I were talking
I was
about
really
that
thinking
last
more like the end of Mass Effect. People
Yeah.
were just
Oh,
really
God,
butthurt
yeah.
about the
Yeah.
end of Mass Effect. Well, that's not
There has to be an end.
right. And maybe the point of you making all these choices and none of that making a difference is that sometimes that doesn't make a difference when it's an entire universe. Your little
Fans were
choices
mad.
don't mean anything.
I really can't fathom a universe in which Shepard survives anyway. It
Yeah.
seems like a betrayal of their character
character.
and
Oh, yeah.
their
Absolutely.
story to give them the happy ending for the sake of giving them the happy
No,
ending.
Yeah,
I
man,
completely
they
agree.
didn't want a
It
happy
broke
ending.
my heart. I cried about it for like a month. I went back to school because of Mass Effect 3. But in the end, I still agree with the ending.
Right, and even if you didn't, it's not your place to tell them that was a bad ending.
Well,
Right.
exactly.
It's
And the
not
ending
your
that they
game. It's their
included
game. They
in
made
the
it.
extended cut DLC was ridiculous space magic.
Right?
Yes.
That's what I heard.
It wasn't an
It was a good
improvement. It was
compromise, but
ridiculous.
it definitely took away from
And
the actual story.
It took away from the story. It took away from the initial vision and the writing. You changed something to be fan servicey. And again,
It's like being
that's
mad at
so
somebody for how they ended their book or
Right.
their movie and demanding that they change it.
right.
Like,
We don't do that. Why do we feel
Right.
so entitled in games now? Because we can get updates and stuff.
Internet.
Exactly. So do what other BioWare fans have done and just
Create your own
create your own damn mod
Do your own
so that
AU.
you can marry
Yeah.
Alistair in a big,
Gotta
pretty
ship 'em.
ceremony. You know?
Yeah.
Fix it yourself.
Can I marry Alistair and Liliana?
Yeah, I'm really upset that you
I'm
can't do
pretty
both. What
sure.
the hell? Like, you could technically hook up with.
And a Mabari
characters.
Warhound.
You could
because,
have,
I mean,
you could
why
have a
not?
4-way in Origins.
Origins had
If you
four-
set it
Dragon
up
Age
right.
Origins.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Isabella,
And you could have a
Zevran,
three-way-
and Liliana.
You could have a 3-way in
I had sex
2
with a robot in Saints Row 4.
How was
if you
that?
were
That was
dating
great.
Isabella.
Good sex scene.
Yeah.
That's good. And all
I had
that.
sex with everybody in Saints Row 4, actually.
What's up with Keith David?
Oh, that's right,
He was
because he
like,
ran off.
no.
He was like,
You're gonna ruin my career, baby.
Yeah, no, he kept saying, nope, nope,
Keith
nope.
David. I love that guy's voice.
Yeah,
He does so many good voices.
He does. We need
He was in Community for a little bit. That was awesome. All right, so what games are you guys playing like now?
I've gone back to Diablo forever.
Yeah.
I
It was
may.
good seeing you.
Yeah, like, okay, so I was trying to replay, like, and finish Skyrim completely. Well, as much as you can complete that one. And then I was trying to play Kingdoms of Amalur and actually complete that game. I do have some newer games, like Everyone's Gone to Rapture, that I need
I
to
really
play.
wanted to play that.
Submerged, I picked that up.
Oh yeah.
I need to play that. I got Soma on like discount, so I need to play that and make myself cry about life.
What's Soma about?
It's a horror game where
Is it the one,
it's
is it the one with the house and the aliens?
No.
What?
Maybe that's Gone Home. I think Gone Home. Never mind.
Gone Home doesn't have aliens.
There's a game that like it's very similar to the Gone Home, except for you're like in a house and you just got back from like Iraq or something like that, and you go to like see what happened to your family and they left notes everywhere, and then it gets really creepy because there's aliens. Or like
Oh,
it's
what?
like X-Files, like where there's aliens. I'll if I see it, I
That
will
sounds
find it here.
cool. Yeah, because
Super
aliens
creepy.
creep me out, man.
Like all like,
Like-
you're upstairs.
Like ghosts, no, it's fine. Monsters, no, it's cool.
Yeah,
Whatever. Aliens, like,
aliens?
oh fuck,
Like-
I'm gonna die.
I
know, I would
can't
totally
live
prefer the
anymore.
flip side.
Ooh, yeah.
I will show you
Oh,
the
wait.
trailer, but it's super
Is it
dark.
Hum?
Hum?
Hum? No, their connected universe one is Hum.
I'm not sure. But
I don't think they've done everything.
If I find it,
yet.
I'll show it to you. But
Yeah,
the scariest
yes,
part
please.
about it is they're upstairs and he's like going through all these files and his parents like, where's his parents? Where's his his other brother? And he goes downstairs and the lights go off and then there's like whisking like light comes by and you see like a shape. It's like very M. Night Shyamalan's.
Yeah, that's gonna creep me out. Let me know what it is.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
creepy though.
Yeah.
It was a VR. That's what it was. It was a VR. If I could find that, I'm
Oh
definitely
god,
gonna
that's
do an
gonna be
article on that.
creepier though.
Yeah, like I would be afraid to play like Outlast, with a Morpheus. I would
Well,
be
see,
so.
but that's like Alien
God.
Isolation. You could play it with the Sony VR.
Yeah,
I would just
watched,
throw up and
Among
people
the
react.
Among the Sleep,
That
which is where
People
it's a
react.
horror game where you're playing it from the perspective of a 2-year-old. It was
Oh, I
meant
saw
to
that.
work
Saw
with
that.
the VR.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I
remember
really,
hearing
really
about
want to play that now, but I also really, really, really want to play it with the VR headset because you're that perspective. You're reaching up to try to open doors. You
That's
know,
gonna be terrifying.
you're looking up at everything from that tiny perspective,
It'd be
and
really
there's like
sexy to play,
creatures
too.
and things trying to get you.
Yeah.
they showed that
So-
at E3 the other year.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah, but you can play Among the Sleep now. And if you have like an Oculus Rift or something, one of the early ones, you can use that. But I don't have one, so
Yeah. Yeah, they're a bit
I
expensive.
can't really make use of that right now.
We'll definitely have to do a podcast talking about like VRs, what's going on with
Well,
them,
that
stuff
and-
like that.
yeah,
you
maybe
have to
maybe they'll send us
experience.
an Oculus.
You have to experience
We'll
it.
plug for that.
You cannot.
Not a sponsor, Oculus.
watch a video.
Unless you want to sponsor us, fine. If you want to send us all Oculus, that'd be cool. Just to keep
Some
you hyped.
random people.
Just
No.
random people. You don't know us. You'll get to know us.
You will.
I'll send you lewd photos and a nice letter.
I actually recently started playing Destiny again within the last couple weeks. Just I don't know why. Started playing
Back
it
to
again.
the fold.
Back to the fold. I'd been playing Far Cry Primal. I'm still playing that. Street Fighter V minimally. It's a little disappointing right now. Once the full game is released, I'll play it more.
I think we're all in the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind
I
of.
played Call of Duty 3 for a little, or Black Ops 3, excuse me, for a little while. And there was something else in between. I tried Just Cause, didn't really enjoy that a whole lot.
It didn't really grab you. You
Yeah.
seemed very meh about it.
Actually, a DLC.
Oh,
can allow you to
Fallout.
play as.
Fallout 4.
Yeah.
That was way better than I expected it to be. I wasn't really a
Oh,
big
the
fan of the
DLC
other
on
Oh,
one.
that.
dude,
so
I'm actually
cool.
gonna get back into Fallout 4 then because of the DLC.
Yeah, I bought the DLC while it was
Yeah.
still cheap.
I forgot.
Yeah, sorry, man. It's totally worth $30.
I had money in my
Just didn't
account
what they've
already.
announced.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's so
I'm
I'm
gonna need
excited
that
for that.
50.
That'll make me
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
they'll
gonna
they'll
bet
get that
by-
50 from a lot of people. But that's gonna make me play Fallout.
That was such one of the coolest DLCs that I've seen in a while. Well, they give you extra than it's actually worth. Because it was not really a screw up on their part, but it was more like,
Hey, we
have
made
extra
this
content by accident. Here's some
Yeah, way more of a value than what we thought it was gonna be. So.
that robot, that customizable companion robot
Well,
with
plus
guns.
they
Armor.
still have 2 other things that they haven't talked about
Yes.
yet.
Well,
One
I
was
haven't
something to do with a lot
seen
of
any of this.
underwater stuff, and I don't remember.
Well,
the
no, because
second one.
That's the
that's
third
that's
one,
the third.
I think. Yes,
So there's
underwater
gonna be
one,
what,
yeah.
5 in total?
I thought it was only 3.
No, they've only announced 3.
Three.
But there
and
are
then
2 more.
detailed 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so
there's
the
more.
water one was still one of the ones that they talked about in detail, but there are 2 unknown things that they're
What was the
still-
second
Yeah.
one?
The arena.
Oh my god.
Was it
Okay.
Arena?
Yeah, you'll be able to get robots and stuff to fight each
Ah,
other.
that's right,
and
arena.
Yeah.
the arena. Yeah.
Cool.
I was trying to remember the names of them, but it's just not in my brain.
I'm not Fallout 4.
Yeah, Fallout 4. I didn't like any of the other Fallouts. This one, like, I played hardcore. I haven't played it since the graphical update, though.
It looks better.
There's been a
I
graphical
heard
it's
update?
better.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man! I gotta get back into Fallout.
It helps. It helps PS4 where longer distances. And
Yeah,
trees don't
yeah,
look
it's-
so
it's
stable.
rendering.
jaggies. It had
And
some
it
pop-ups.
fixes a lot of
It had
problems.
texture issues. It had a lot of graphical issues. At least
Still
mine
a
did.
solid game.
Yeah.
It's Bethesda. You can get over those technical issues.
Right, well, I assumed to see, like, a
That's
floating
not.
cow as soon as I
That
booted the game
shouldn't
up.
be a thing at all.
It shouldn't.
You
be,
shouldn't have. You shouldn't
But-
expect a certain dearth of quality from a particular studio and just write off those kinds of bugs and things. Like, I don't care that it's Bethesda. I want a polished game when it gets released.
I agree, but
I do agree, there, but
I'm a little bit more lenient because it's happened on the last 4 games that they've released. So I expect to see a floating cow in a river.
But-
Because
but
I saw
not
it
that I
as soon as I
expect it,
booted
but
up Skyrim, you know?
The industry
I like
just
Sky Cow.
constantly regurgitates
Remember
high
Space
scores to
Dragon?
them,
Space
like just
Dragon.
looking over that mess. Like, oh, they'll fix it in post.
And
That's
I do
kind
the
of
same
how we
thing.
got
Yeah, I
to
agree.
this
It shouldn't
point
be
in
that
the
way.
industry where we're always just fixing shit in post. Like,
But you have such a large contingency of people that are like, now, need it now.
like all these games
That
being pushed back.
they
now,
get
Right.
so
about
bent
it.
out
as
of
well.
shape when
Oh,
you
yeah.
delay a game in any way that you've got to find the compromise between, time and quality, unfortunately.
but like the
I'm more than willing to wait for a good game,
Some
but
people aren't.
Yes.
Yeah, I would rather, like, the little minimal delays that have happened to Uncharted 4, I'd rather that happen than clip through the side of a bridge when I'm trying to have a shootout.
and
Well,
that's
any kind of
because
problems.
Naughty Dog knows what the hell they're doing.
Right.
In my
Yeah, so does Sony Santa Monica. Whenever they put stuff out, they wait. God of War was delayed a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And it was solid. You don't get that. I'm okay with the delay. It's going to be great. If we get a delay and I get another Watch Dogs, I'm going to be pissed.
Watch Dogs 2 is coming out summer.
Yeah, but Watch Dogs got so overhyped that it
Hype
couldn't
machine.
live up to it,
Yeah,
man.
That's
this
another-
is
And
true.
that's
This
why
is
I'm
the first
so
disappointment of the
afraid
season.
for No Man's Sky.
Oh, No Man's Sky.
Like, I'm excited, but I'm trying to not make myself too
The
excited.
creators purposefully
Like, ugh.
tried not to overhype it. This when they
They,
discussed
yeah,
that's
the
why
hype
they
was real.
Right.
And they kind of backed off.
right,
That was
right,
smart.
and
Yeah.
they purposefully had their designer who was more soft spoken, who wouldn't go overboard in what he's promising because he was real reserved. in
you don't
what
want to
they
do a
had done.
Fable situation.
right? And they
I think
one of-
Sean Murray's been, really reserved about,
Exactly.
about describing things.
Exactly. So I don't think we haven't been giving a whole lot of expectations for this game, so it's not difficult for them to meet those expectations.
There was some article recently with I guess with the announcement of its official release date, where they're talking about alien languages you have to learn.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was just reading
I
about
posted that in
That's
Twitter.
all.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Polygon, yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, you have to actually learn the languages
I can't wait.
and
So I'm
decipher
confused.
them.
That was like in Fez.
Yeah.
Multiple,
It was, it was
with
just
multiple
like this
players.
unexpected thing.
Like if let's say all five of us played, and
We would probably never see each other.
yeah, well that's what I'm concerned about. Like, there's no way to hook up. Like Dave was actually asking me about the same situation,
Yeah.
or Matt was.
I had raised the same question a couple
they've always
months ago.
they've
How do you
always
do
said that
How
there
do you
is a
network?
multiplayer element, but they weren't ready to talk about it. So I think some of that might be content sharing or knowledge sharing, but basically the way they described it, it's going to be impossible to meet up with anybody.
Because it's just so
So I think
big.
it's
You're
going
not just
to
gonna run
probably be
into
a
people.
hub or a
Right.
network in which
Right.
we as a
But
community
there's
can
got to be
communicate.
some way for you to because you can jump across the universe in the blink of an eye.
Right, there's
You
got to
know, there's got to be some way where you can organize and coordinate with
has
other
to be.
people.
I
Right,
So
even
I
if
hope
it is
so. I
deciphering,
hope
like,
so.
here are pages of this thing that I found, and I can share them with you, and what you found, we could put these together and decipher
That would
this.
be cool.
Yeah, just
That
so
would
long
be
as they
cool.
don't take the Destiny route and like rely entirely on the players themselves to do their own social networking. Like, there's got to be
we
some
need some
kind of
support for
interface.
that. Yeah.
They can't be that dumb.
Wow.
It does look exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So we got way off topic there for a bit.
Yeah.
Who's up next? We already had John,
think
Sarah talk.
Oh, we're
Introduced
talking about
everybody.
what we're playing recently.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
what we're
playing.
playing recently.
John, you're up.
Well, I've never stopped playing Destiny.
Never gonna stop, yeah.
I have
OG.
been playing since Alpha. I
OG
play
Guardian.
every day, hours
I've
and
been
hours.
playing since Alpha. Jesus.
Yeah,
I'm a quitter.
Um,
I'm sorry.
you are a quitter.
Suck.
Still playing Destiny. I recently played through Firewatch. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I recently played through, and I'm at the end, but have just yet to beat The Witness. The problem and why I haven't beaten it is because there's still so much stuff to do in it. So many different bits of, in air quotation marks, story that left unfinished that I feel that if I just went ahead and beat the game, I'd be missing out on a significant chunk of what it has to say. So
That's just something else that reminds me of Myst. That's all that game reminds me
yeah,
of is Myst.
yeah, no, it's very much like Myst in that regard, except it has Myst had a cohesive narrative once you uncovered it, and
Yes.
that was given to you in like the last 5% of the game.
Yeah, but it took forever
But
to get there.
well, The Witness is really good at giving you bits of story, again, air quotation marks, story, to just kind of feed you along. Like it keeps you curious, and it's good. It's at least good enough that I want to hold off on that satisfaction of beating it, of getting that bit of story. So I've been playing it piecemeal whenever I'm interested, but
Yeah. Rory is doing a Witness review for us, and what I've like, I don't know much about it. Sean's talked to me a little bit about it. It's basically a giant discovery game, similar to Myst. I did play Riven a little bit back in the day. I didn't get very
Riven
far.
was the
Myst.
sequel to Myst, yeah.
Yeah, but he's doing a review for us for the 50 game challenge, and from what he's telling me, like, I'm not a big puzzle person, but that game definitely sounds like something that it's super intriguing, if not even it's on an intellectual level, just because what was his name, Jonathan Blow, that guy is
Yeah, Braid was fantastic.
I sucked at Braid and I gave up on Braid. I am, like I said, I'm not
What?
a puzzle person. Probably back in the day, my brain just wasn't wrapping around puzzle games. But like now, I can sit down and I think I can play Witness, The Witness, and really enjoy it just because it's a puzzle game. But like the Braid was something that I wasn't big on Xbox One back in the day, but I played it at Steve's house once, and from what I played, I felt like I was too stupid for it.
How'd you feel about Portal?
No, Portal I could do.
Okay,
Um,
then.
that was a constructive-
If you played through and beat Portal, you can play through and beat Braid.
Oh man, it's so
you're
hard,
just
though.
you're just
My brain doesn't wrap around time like that, which kind of made Life is Strange a little hard for me.
Portal was
Time and space.
Portal was an exercise in an elementary understanding of physics.
Yeah, spatial physics.
Braid is
Time and space.
Braid is an AP class in platformers. That's all.
It really is. It is probably one of the hardest platforms.
See, when you
I've
talk
ever
about puzzles and stuff, I like
Well,
platforming puzzles like God of War kind of puzzles,
Hold on.
where I'm moving an entire environment and trying to find keys to put into things.
Let me make a
Like,
point about
that's
The
my
Witness.
I'm
though.
sorry.
The
Yeah.
Witness as a puzzle game, don't be reticent to try it because it's a puzzle game.
It's more of a self-discovery game.
It
from what I'm hearing.
teaches you everything you need to know to solve those puzzles. You just have to be observant enough to notice. That's it. It's not a hugely complex. It's not like going into Professor Layton and being like, oh well, I don't have tertiary knowledge in a dozen different subjects, so I'm
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
guy.
gonna be able to solve these
I
puzzles.
love Professor Layton, but every one of them I had to stop after about a week. Like, I'm never gonna. do
Oh man,
this.
I love the Professor Layton games. But no, as a person who loves puzzle games, The Witness, don't even think of it like a puzzle game. Yeah, you're going to be solving puzzles, but the game teaches you how to solve those puzzles. That's what's so brilliant about it.
I'm definitely gonna play it. It's definitely on my radar. I'm really into these indie games, and that one's gonna be a big one that I want to play.
I just kind of bounce between, I think, Skylanders, Fallout, The Witcher, and Dragon Age between essays.
I need to get back into The Witcher.
I really wanted to like The Witcher, but for some reason the third-person RPGs don't quite.
See,
Grab me as
I
well.
prefer them.
Although Kingdoms of Amalur did grab me, but I don't. I
The
don't
combat
know, man.
style was pretty.
You're more into.
I was gonna say, like button mashy murder style. So I
Yeah.
think that's more your style.
Yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur was definitely more of a
God of War type.
Yeah.
God of
Yeah.
War, Darksiders.
It had a
kind
very more action feel to it than
because I
just
can
straight
string
up RPG.
combos and that sort of
Which
thing. Okay,
I mean,
fair
The
enough.
Witcher, you definitely have to know the game
It's a timing
and
combat.
right. Build
Yeah, there's
potions and bombs
Anything
and plan.
that frustrates me about that game, it's not the combat. It's Geralt himself.
Just generic.
Oh,
voice.
just
me,
so
Geralt and
bored with
Batman and
the
I'm
brooding.
Brooding.
white guy
Actually,
with
there was an
Batman
article.
voice.
There was an
I'm
article
over it.
about the brooding white man trope in video games, and I didn't read that article yet. I think
We've
it
been
was like
saying that
Kotaku or
for
something.
quite a while.
Oh no, everybody's said that, but
Yeah.
apparently, that's the only thing that could ever sell
Oh,
video
God.
games is brooding
I'm
white
just
man.
so
not.
bored with them. Every time
Yeah.
I play a male character and I have some control of their dialogue, they are always sassy and bitchy. I just
That's awesome.
Well, we are full of stats. Right.
I just want something diametrically opposite of I'm so tortured, you killed my wife and now I have to avenge her.
Dude, that's like the last.
I'm
12 games
tired.
I've played.
Yes, like
Yeah.
I'm tired of brooding white man pain. That's all.
Preach it, sister.
Yeah.
You and me both. I am absolutely
Which
sick
is
of it.
kind of interesting because, like, I'm a male. Like, I'm a dude.
Really?
I enjoy
Yeah.
playing women at this day and age in games.
It varies
Grayson
per
plays
game
as a
for
lady.
me. Like,
There's no reason I can't play as a
He
girl.
always
And I
tries
enjoy
to
it
play as
because,
ladies.
like, okay, so I played Mass Effect as a guy, and she played Mass Effect as a girl, and I've watched both. But I it's brooding white guy voice. It's like, you're a Marine. Oh, I gotta talk like this. I have to go. Let's talk about this later, Garrus.
I don't
But
think
with
I've ever.
women, like with the women like voice actors, Jennifer Hale just really nails it on like the emotional conveyance of
She's a good
her.
actor.
Yeah,
too,
she's such a
so.
good actor. But I hate to say it, but a lot of like I also feel the same way about The Witcher. I feel that the women have way better voice actors than the males. Especially
They're
this
way
Geralt
better
is born.
characters in general.
They're more well.
They're more dynamic characters.
Yeah.
White Batman in 19.
They're actually allowed to have personalities.
It's not 19 anything.
I don't know, 1700s in the alternate universe Witcher. Like The Witcher is white Batman. The Witcher or Geralt is just Batman from back in the day. He has the detective sense in the games.
Yes.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna watch.
It's his Witcher sense.
This is Witcher sense. It's detective sense. Oh,
Totally different.
Here's.
That's kind of becoming a crutch in games.
It really is. Like, oh, let's go into my radar voice. Oh, I can see the.
Primal
footprints.
has the hunter mode, where you
Yeah.
where you track animals after you've shot them.
I think
That's
games
starting
need to evolve away from that now.
God mode button.
It's
Let's
kind of
see what
annoying
things
because
are.
that one's in a really bad spot.
Yeah, because you start running and then all of a sudden, no, I'm blue. I can't see shit.
Oh, it was super annoying in Inquisition too because he just ran around
Bing,
smashing
Bing, bing.
that button over and
So
over
you can
to,
see treasure and
yeah,
stuff.
to illuminate all the resources or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
around you. Like I just got
Did
used to
you-
running around constantly smashing that button.
Like
as I
playing
ran.
the old games, like I was trying to push it in. I was trying to
Like
Me
the
too.
first Batman
I was like,
game
whoops.
was pretty
I
much
know,
all in
that doesn't
detective.
work.
Yeah.
I got
Now,
real
they went away
nostalgic,
from
I
that
think,
on
after the
purpose.
second time I played Inquisition and went back and did Origins and caught myself doing that.
Mm-hmm. No, I went back through. I played Origins, platinumed it. I platinumed it.
I don't have the heart to platinum certain games. I cannot find it
That
in
was
me to
some-
be
that was
addicted.
some
From Mass Effect too.
Okay.
Yeah, the only platinum that I have is Destiny. That's only because I invested 500 hours.
But I
into
just
it,
played
so.
every character. I
Mhm.
made all the choices.
I want to go back and play
I
as a
can't.
girl to romance Sarah
I can't.
in Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah.
I love Sarah. She's like my favorite
I just
character.
like that they don't.
I like Sarah too.
They don't.
So much fun.
There's not a specific trophy for romancing every single person. Like you don't
At the same
have to
time?
go right. Well,
Okay.
no. Like in Origins, like each person had their own trophy. Like this time,
Yeah.
it was just like you did a romance to its completion. You got a trophy for that. There you go.
I could be wrong, but I thought there was one in Mass Effect. Maybe not Dragon Age.
No,
but-
there was it was to do your companion's missions. It wasn't the
Yeah.
romance. No, there was
Right.
a couple romance.
Well, like,
No,
in
because you got romance
Origins-
trophies in Mass Effect, and
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
view them from inside
The menu.
Shepard's cabin.
Oh yeah.
There was like a little trophy frame thing
I gotta finish out too.
over by
He's-
his or her desk, and
That's
I
right.
think even
Yeah.
in Dragon Age 2, they didn't specifically say you romance this person, this person, this person. You have a trophy for each of those guys.
yeah.
It was like you just did a romance. There you go.
Mhm.
Like
I
you don't
can do a
have to romance every single person. It doesn't make it into like a chore. Like you don't have to romance everyone if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Who wouldn't want to do that?
But I mean, I did pretty sure I went back and romanced everyone anyways.
I
What you think about Batman?
Oh, we were talking about the detective.
I'm doing
mode.
that in Inquisition. I didn't do it in Origins or 2.
Alright, so I'm gonna go last for the games I'm playing. Right now, we're playing through. We're almost done with the Skylanders Trap Team. I'm 26-year-old and I'm still playing Trap Team. It's awesome. I love it. It's super fun. What else am I playing? Fire Emblem Birthright.
Still have to pick up Birthright.
Oh, you have to. It's so good. It's one of the best RTS RPGs
Well, I
ever.
accidentally pre-ordered Conquest because I didn't know that you could only play as the samurai in Birthright.
Oh yeah, no, it's more Japanese
Yeah.
versus. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure we
no.
could switch that over.
I want to play Samurai.
I'm also playing Fallout 4. I feel like I'm near the end, but I'm probably not. That game is forever long, and fantastic. Anything else? What the heck else am I playing?
I don't know. What are you
Oh,
playing?
I forgot that I'm still playing Lego games.
Oh, I
on
forgot
Vita.
I was playing Pocket Mortys.
Ah, yeah, I'm playing Pocket Mortys too.
So speaking of Pocket Mortys, the game obviously that spawned off of Pocket Mortys was Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, because that just came out.
Mhm.
I had to pick up my red version. Have you guys picked up yours?
No.
No.
I still have my original.
Oh.
You know how many
Keep it on
times
my-
I played through Red and Blue? I don't ever need to play that again. I can tell you
Because you gave it to me.
Right, and now I got it again.
It's strange that the battery still works on some of those older ones.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah. It's like I don't know
So
how.
I probably still have my save on the blue that we have,
I emulate.
but
a lot
I
of
don't
them.
I don't ever need to play those three again. They are my favorite. Well, especially Red and Blue. I'm excited for
Sun
the
and Moon?
upcoming ones. Yeah.
As long as it has something to do with like it explains Espeon and Umbreon's evolutions a little bit more.
See, I'm
okay
not
with
that deep into the lore anymore.
No, I'm just a huge
I just like to play the
Eevee-
game.
I'm
Yeah,
just
there's
a
gonna be
huge
new
person.
Eevee evolutions now.
There are new ones.
Well, with
Oh,
Can I point out that
sorry.
these two games are going to be Pokemon S and M?
yeah,
I wish you didn't point that out.
Okay.
Now it's gonna be in my head all the time, and in our listeners' heads too.
Good.
Pokemon
S and M.
Yeah.
well, think about it. There's all the different types of Pokemon that Eevees there aren't Eevee representations of in Sun and Moon.
Not
Like
yet.
you could have like Steel.
All right. So, what kind of games are we looking forward to playing? Like, what games are coming out this year? that
Dark
we're-
Souls.
Dark Souls.
Dark
3?
Dark
Souls
Souls.
3. Yeah.
Dark Souls.
I'm gonna cry about
Masochist.
life
Yeah.
for
No,
that.
I
Yeah,
can't do that
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
I tried with Bloodborne. I put more time into Bloodborne than I did the last two Dark Souls combined, and I just got so frustrated. Even had Sean come over and help me, show me what I was doing. I was like, I want to put this controller down.
Yeah. No. I literally must throw my controller in Bloodborne because I was terrible at it.
Bloodborne
The
was my
first-
favorite game last
The
year.
first Dark Souls made me shatter a controller.
Demon Souls made me
Demon
break a
Souls,
controller.
yeah. That
God,
made
that
me.
Demon Souls.
I'm glad that they gotten easier, but back in the day, Demon Souls was
No.
just all about
Just killing yourself.
just killing you, no matter what.
Oh,
The
God.
biggest one that I remember from back in Demon Souls was, you go up this wall tower, and then two skeletons try to drop barrels on you. If you get hit by those, you die instantly. And you have to fight those two skeletons, and they have the higher ground, so it's a lot harder. Then, as soon as you beat them, if you do, more flaming skeletons will shoot at you, and you have to duck out this alcove. And then when you get outside the alcove, there's a ramp on the outside of the wall. And, what's there? You didn't see him there, but there's a skeleton who Sparta kicks you off the thing without you ever seeing him. So it's just like, where did that guy come from? Why couldn't I have seen him? The camera wouldn't allow me to look at him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's basically it was less of like you should have known he was there, and it was more of
No.
just like, no, he's gonna kill you the first time, and you're gonna come back and you're gonna learn from your mistakes. now, boy.
Yes, that's the beauty
Yeah, no,
of
it's
the
so
of the
bad.
Souls
Yes.
series. Is it's not you should know he was there. It's
Now
I
you
know
know
I
he's
know
there.
he's
God,
there.
Yeah.
it's gotten way
Now I
easier.
go.
Yes.
Now I try. Oh, dude, Bloodborne was the same thing. Like getting through that town square to the that whole beginning part of the game was running you through that very concept in the most brutal, punishing, but you'll get through it kind of ways imaginable. It's the tough education you need to get through the rest of the game. It teaches you pretty much everything you'll need to know.
Builds character.
It does.
I'll go with a text tutorial over that. Ugh.
Yeah, let me.
You don't learn nothing.
You won't. It's got to be muscle memory.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, okay, no, I got muscle memory on like
Gotta get in there and
Monster
fight.
Hunter. Like if I can go years without fighting a Rathalos or something like that and get back into the game. It's like, all right, here he comes. Here's the tell. I'm gonna dodge his fireballs, and I will always remember that. But when it comes to like Demon Souls, I'm just like, I got my shield. It's terrible.
No, I love it. I can't wait for Dark
I'm
Souls
glad it's
3.
getting easier.
I'm excited for the
Mhm.
re-release
Glad
of
it's getting
Odin
easier.
Sphere.
Well, everything was easier than Demon Souls.
Can't think of anything else.
Just Odin Sphere?
Odin Sphere. Oh, No Man's Sky. I'm
Oh,
excited
obviously,
for that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're all gonna be excited for No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Uncharted's gonna be sweet.
Uncharted will
Yeah.
be killer.
But like,
yeah.
you'll probably play that before I will.
What about
Doom.
Doom-
I'm
Doom will
super
be
excited
fun.
for.
I do.
13 hours worth of gameplay.
That's
That's
exciting.
insane. Plus, Online Beyond is great.
What's this coming out?
I'm trying to think of any like what I actually.
Anything off the new Nintendo Direct today? You guys saw? Did you guys hear about it?
I haven't watched it yet.
Some of the bigger reveals was a new Kirby game.
Okay.
It looks pretty cool. It's actually a big part of it is basically it's something Kirby and Robotron or something like that, where the robots come down and try to mess up Dreamland, and he has to fight back on them. And it's kind of cool because he can actually jump into like some of their robot mechs, and then they'll transform with him.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
like like, say you have the parasol, the regular one, it'll give the robot the parasol as well. Instead of using like a giant parasol, it'll now have like parasol jetpacks that
Oh,
work
that's
pretty
cool.
well, and you can kind of like direct them. And it's really cool. I'm really excited for it. But they had some other ones. A new Paper Jam Mario, I think that was announced. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
one
for
Zelda.
Wii U. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta tell Ashley about that. She's big into those.
Yeah,
Paper
I don't
Jam
think she has a
ones.
Wii U though.
So
She
yeah,
wants
we
that.
still haven't heard anything about the next system or the next Zelda.
They said that they weren't gonna say anything about that.
Of course not.
The NX.
There's Quantum Break coming out soon.
Quantum Break seems interesting.
It
Yeah.
seems interesting, but like ridiculous. Like
Yeah,
they
if you're
40
doing it on-
scenes.
Yeah, if you're doing it on PC, you're gonna have to be online to stream it because it's streaming 4K video for the cutscenes.
Mm.
Damn.
Insane.
But yeah, even just the Xbox discs are gonna scale it down to 1080p.
I like Sean
But
Ashmore.
they're not doing it DLC. It's gonna be disc
Sean
only.
Ashmore.
Hmm.
Sean Ashmore.
I don't know
is
which
the main
I-
character?
Ashmore it is, but it's one of them.
I think it's Sean Ashmore, aka Jake from Animorphs. You guys remember that show? No, of course not.
I remember
I
the
remember
books and still
Animorphs,
have them.
It
yeah.
was Jake, the main guy.
I
Never
never
saw the
watched
show.
it.
Yeah.
I was
The
too
books were
old.
good. Show was
books were
crap.
great. Yeah, the books were good.
Show was like '90s, like mall kids. It's just like it was a
No,
back
I'm
in
like
'90s television.
just
Terrible.
just a couple of years too old to have missed all the Animorphs,
Yeah, I
Goosebumps,
was
all that kind of
not
shit.
into the Animorphs. My younger sister was.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, no games. The Monster Hunter X was just announced. Or actually, they transferred it over. In America, it's now called, instead of Monster Hunter X in Japan, it's called Monster Hunter Generation. Same game. They're adding a bunch of Fire Emblem DLC. You get to play as Marth as like a whole costume. So that's kind of a cool deal.
All right.
I'm a huge Monster Hunter fan. Oh, I love those games.
I looked at my pre-orders and I have Adrift pre-ordered, which is
Adrift?
really cool. Yeah.
Oh,
one's that
Adrift
one?
looked really good.
Yeah. That's the guy who used to work for Xbox that made like that off the cuff statement that people flipped the hell out over.
I
'cause it was
remember that. Yeah.
kind of shitty to say, but then like he did not necessarily deserve the shitstorm he got for it.
What was the comment? Just so our
It was
listeners
something
know?
like about the internet and like having internet be native to the system, and he was like, well, then just deal with it, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like people lost their damn
Their PR
minds.
was a little
Yeah,
off
but
back
he,
then.
he obviously, I don't know, he definitely, this game is supposed to sort of showcase the feelings he had of just hopelessness and like everything's coming apart and he can't really do anything
Was it
about
the
it.
space?
It is in
survival.
space. Yes.
That's the one I showed you.
Yes.
That
Like the
was cool.
spaceship is like falling apart. They go through like different memories and things, but
So
that's
creepy looking.
that is the feeling he wanted to capture of his life going to hell like it did during that time in his life. So I'm very interested to play it to see like how I feel while playing the game. Because sometimes games, it's not necessarily how fun it is to play the game, it's how I feel while I'm playing the game. If it stresses me out, if it makes me worried, if it...
That's why I couldn't finish the Walking Dead games.
Yeah.
They-
Those were
That's why I couldn't
stressful.
finish the Game of
Those were
Thrones game.
stressful.
That game stressed me out to no end, and like the consequences and the choices didn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping
You were
life.
screwed
I'm hoping
constantly.
Life is Strange isn't
It's
nearly
much
as
better,
intense.
I promise you. Actually,
Okay.
VJ has that game as well. So
Mhm.
Casey and I have beaten it. Sarah, you gotta still play, right?
I need to finish it, but I know.
And then VJ,
I
so
talked to my
he's
sister
going
about
to
it.
he's going to the same pace that you are, I think. He's just gotten the first episode done as well.
Yep.
But
I see. Actually, that should be on my list of things to actually play and finish.
what games are you looking forward to playing?
Just Andromeda. I kind of don't really know very many others.
Well, you got a while to wait now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Unfortunately.
know. They keep upping it back.
All right, so what we also want to talk to you guys about is really the future of the show, what we're going to get into, what we're going to talk to you guys about, sort of like the topics, what's going on in the gaming industry, like how your feelings are with the gaming industry, what's going on, certain topics like DLC. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the VR that's coming out, kind of give you some of the prices, try to talk to you about which ones are more important or better off.
We
more
want to
bang for your
touch.
buck.
We want to touch on a broad range of topics about video games, whether that be the industry itself, the development of video games, particular people involved in the industry, the talent of the industry, or even just the culture surrounding games themselves, some of the nuances of them, tropes, cliches, stereotypes, whatever, anything and everything.
So yeah, the state of DLC and several different things about that and how it's being sold now as compared to like when we first saw it being a function or a facet on PC and PS3 and Xbox 360. That was kind of new for the console generation, and it's already quickly changed. So that's definitely something that we'll touch on in the future. And of course, as new games come out, we'll talk about those as we're playing them, because some of those will probably play as groups.
Yeah. Like No Man's Sky.
Right. As new developments come up, new pieces of technology, we're gonna have, like you said, the VR coming up. Eventually, Nintendo's gonna tell us more stuff.
We all want to hear about that NX.
Phil Spencer said today that there's some ways that they're going to be improving the Xbox One from a hardware perspective.
So they can make it eternal?
Right, I'm not really sure how we'll be able to manipulate that, but I'm interested to see what they're doing going forward. Technically, I still think the Kinect is one of the best pieces of hardware ever. It's just not being utilized. Now it is more as a broadcasting camera and a microphone, and they're going toward VR. That's good. That's the direction they're going.
Because VR is not even going to use that eye at all.
No.
From what I'm hearing.
No.
For the
They're
boomers.
talking about the gloves that will see your fingers.
Like the
So they
Power
do-
Glove.
Yeah, that'll be
Okay,
fun.
well, you know,
It's more for graspy things.
well,
Yeah.
that VR has
Make
those
snappy
simple
hands.
things. Like, okay, so let's say you're playing with a controller and you have a controller in your hand. What they've basically done is cut the controller
Pull it
down
in half, and you have the
and now you have a rotating ball around your hand to keep it from, obviously like a safety mechanic, but you're supposed to lock your hand in like that, and that's how you're supposed to, you're still able to play with your buttons and stuff like that, but you also have full range of motion.
Yeah, full range of motion.
Like that
That's
sword, like that
really,
sword
that's really
art
clever.
online.
Yeah.
Like that would be so cool. Blade in one hand, gun in the other.
Yeah, gun in and
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
like
man,
that's
that'd be so
something
much
we
fun.
really need in VR, and I hope that's where it's going to go.
Yeah, I just want Gun Gale online in VR. Just
It doesn't
make
have to be good.
make that happen. Internet
It
world
has to be good, but
where all the parts are and ideas.
like I said before, I mean, is it really too hard to ask for me to get trapped inside of a life or death situation MMORPG? I mean, come on.
That's all I want. Just make it happen.
I mean,
Come on,
I
Japan.
know I'm not the only one out there.
Yeah, but imagine if you got trapped in like Destiny, where you were just doing the same 16 things over and over.
So like life.
I'd jump off the
Life
tower
simulator.
so much.
There's always
Because that's all I did.
jumping.
Honestly,
It wouldn't work. Yeah.
Nope, nobody was on.
Oh, I'm back. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm back.
Nobody
In
was
fact,
on.
You
I kicked
get
the
to
ball
try
around.
out some new dances now.
Ooh, do the
little
Hotline
Drake
Bling.
dance, yeah.
I did remember a game I've been playing though. I've been playing Flame in the Flood on Xbox.
Yeah.
One.
How is that? How is that?
Really fun survival game. The soundtrack is by Chuck Regan, who I love. So I was like already really interested. Like, hey, let me check this out. But it's really fun. You're like going down a river, and you have to find your supplies and build stuff. And I lasted like 3 days before I died. I got murdered by a boar
That'll
that just
happen.
like ripped me apart. It was sad. But I will play it a lot. I just will play it in increments because I can't play survival games too long in one sitting.
Stretch
Yeah.
it
Has,
out.
anyone,
Yeah,
has
yeah.
anyone played Ark? Speaking of survival games,
I've heard
really
That's what I
interested in
needed to
that.
buy. They had local co-op.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we only need to buy it once.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we only have one Xbox.
Yeah.
Like local co-op, as in just being or online as well. Are we talking
It's,
like
I think
Halo?
it's an always online
Ooh,
game.
so
Like it's an
two-player
interactive
on
on
one screen,
experience.
split
Yeah,
screen,
I believe
and still
so.
playing online?
I believe so. I could be wrong, but I believe that's how
I would
it
love to
is.
hear about that.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
download that.
It's like,
someday.
It's still in
I need some more
alpha?
monies. Yeah, but if you buy it now,
Still
it's
super
cheaper
buggy.
than it'll be when it comes out. But
Yeah.
still,
Just like
whatever.
Steam.
They keep adding more stuff. So
Yeah, the Xbox Preview Club is.
Yeah, that's what they're. They used to call it Greenlight.
Steam
That was
Greenlight?
Steam Greenlight.
Yeah.
That's what Steam. Yeah, Steam.
That's
Um,
extreme.
Oh, there's also
Can I-
The Long Dark, which is another survival
yeah.
game, but that one's
Still
offline.
playing it.
Name of my
morning.
dick.
Yeah. No.
So like that's one I need to get. It's like $20. But it's a survival game where you're not online with other people.
I'm sure we'll talk about. Actually, a good episode would be disappointments that we've had in the industry, whether
Top
it be a
10.
game.
Oh man.
Not even a top 10.
I
list, but
have
just
I have some
disappointments.
feels.
Yeah.
I have some feels.
Oh, you're gonna hear about it. Fable 3.
See, I loved Fable 3. That was not disappointing.
It was
to me
short
by
as
any means.
hell,
Yeah,
but
it was.
I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
I enjoyed playing it. It was just short. But this is for the next podcast.
Yeah. Real quick, I also wanted to say, hopefully in the future, I do want to do a podcast where we do discuss one of the games that has been pretty big on me right now was Life is Strange. Once we get a couple other people that have beaten that, we're going to do a little topic about like what it is, why emotional games are so fun, and just discuss what's going on in adventure games like the Telltale games and Life is Strange. Viewers out there or listeners,
Viewers.
what do we call them?
View with your ears.
Listeners.
Listeners.
Hello, listeners.
Hello, listeners.
How are you doing?
Welcome to Nightmare.
Yeah. That's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Let's bleep that out. Can't say Night Vale.
Can't say what?
Night Vale?
Night Vale?
Night Vale.
Night Vale.
Night Vale.
Lots
Not
of
a plug,
bleeps.
but you should listen to that. It's a great podcast.
Yeah.
So listeners, what we want to do is have you suggest topics. If there's something out there that you want to discuss, or if there's a new topic out there, or a specific article that you've read, we definitely want to hear from you, and we can definitely take listener topics and go with that.
And where can they submit these topics?
All right, so if you want to send in a topic, a suggested topic, find us at facebook.com/50gamechallenge. That's where our community is and our page. Any ideas that you have would be great.
So yeah, give us some ideas. This is a new thing. It's gonna grow. We're gonna have different people on the show. We're gonna discuss different things. Eventually, we might even just have a name for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What interests you guys? What's going on in the video game that's speaking to you? Or
What are you
if you have a
guys
game that you want us to play or suggest, just let us know.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the podcast. Make sure you check us out at 50gamechallenge.com and let us know what you think.